Avoid these costly mistakes while repairing your credit. What's going on, everybody? My name is Joshua Rico, back again with another YouTube banger. Make sure you like and subscribe, share this content so you keep getting these videos, all right? So let's dive right in. Most people ruin their credit repair journey before it even starts. Not because they're lazy, but because they've been taught the wrong steps. In today's video, I'm exposing the biggest mistakes people make while repairing their credit. Mistakes that cost you thousands of dollars, delays, and even total denials from homes or mortgages, cars, or even credit cards. And I'm not just telling you what not to do. I'm going to show you how to fix it the right way. So if you're serious about boosting your score, getting approved, and taking back control of your financial future, watch this video until the end. This will save you months of wasted time. Let's dive in. Number one, the first mistake I see people doing when disputing their credit reports is obviously not obtaining their credit reports. All right. The first step into disputing your credit reports is actually obtaining your credit reports. If you check the description below, I actually provide you a link where you can obtain your credit reports. Guys, this is mandatory. Whether it's me, yourself, or somebody else fixing your credit, you must have your credit reports and keep your credit monitoring. Key. This is mandatory. There's no ifs, ands, or buts or discussions about it. You must track and manage what you are trying to fix. All right. So credit monitoring is the first step into fixing your credit. This is the first mistake people don't understand. You have to keep this credit monitoring. You have to monitor your credit every 30 days. If you want access to that, just type reports in the comment section below. You can get access to that or check the description. Why is credit monitoring important? Credit monitoring is important because, one, it protects you from identity theft. You're able to track your tri-merge reports, meaning Experience and Equifax. It pulls data from all three to see if they're congruent, etc. So you can check the accuracies on there. It protects you up to $1 million in liability insurance. So here's the thing. A lot of people like to say, I like to check my bank account more than my credit reports. No, you should be able to check your credit reports more than your bank account. Why? Because most of the people in America do not have 6 or 7 figures liquid cash in the bank. But credit can get you access to that 6 or 7 figures liquid. Does that make sense? So you should be able or wanting to track all of your credit in your credit monitoring service. All right. So again, I can't stress that enough. Look in the description where you can obtain those. All right. Let's go into it. The second mistake people make when disputing and or fixing their credit or going through a credit per service is this: disputing every item at once. Guys, you need to break up the sections into, break up the negative accounts that you're disputing into sections. First and foremost, you should be disputing personal information. Okay. Why is personal information important for you to dispute? Well, listen, the FTC conducted a study back in 2014, and it said that, look, 1 out of 5 Americans have at least one consumer error across their tri-merge reports. Okay. That was back in 2014. Imagine now. So what am I saying? Is you have to check if your personal information is congruent and matching. For example, your goal is to have one name, one address, no co-spouse, no employers, no phone numbers, no socials on there. And if you need help doing so, reach out to our team and we can actually help you do so and remove and correct this personal information. But what I'm saying is this: your goal is to clean up your personal information, dispute the personal information. Why? Because when you're disputing inaccurate information or negative information on your credit report, consumer reports, this is why you're getting verified letters sent back to you, because you have more leverage when you correct the personal information off your credit reports. Why? You're actually fighting what is called the e-Oscar system. All right. And what the e-Oscar system is, basically when you send a letter in the mail, it goes to the mailroom. Let's say for Experian, they only have like 14 employees in there, right? So to make things easier on their company and their policy, they send it through a scanner and it automatically, they've been on AI way before us, right? So it automatically scans, right, what's attached to that name, number, address, employer, etc. So each and every name, misspelled name or inaccurate name or duplicate name or variation of name or address, co-spouse, You get what I'm saying, right? It has a backdoor number ID attached to it. You can't see this, but their system can. So every name that you have, whether you're married or etc., it has a backdoor number ID attached to it. So that backdoor number code ID could be attached to that. What is it called? That collection. Let's say you have a collection on your report, right? When you obtain that collection, you were this name at this address, right? So it's attached to that. The goal is to knock it off track so it's unverifiable or inaccurate. Does that make sense? So cleaning the personal information first is key when disputing. All right. A lot of people make this mistake. I guarantee you have more leverage in the deletion if you dispute your personal information first. And then you can go on to collections and then charge-offs, late payments, repos, bankruptcies, etc. But each and every one of those has a separate dispute or language when you're sending out letters. Okay. So you don't want to be deemed as frivolous to the credit reporting agencies. Okay. So keep that in mind. Mistake number 3. Listen, a lot of people are against this, but I'm going to reveal the truth. People in the credit repair industry, most people, they are against disputing online. Let me tell you something. I'm for disputing online. Why? Because one, that's where everything is moving towards, right? AI, etc. But you have to be an octopus when it comes to disputing. What do I mean by that? There's more than one way to disputing. The old school way, which I learned a decade ago, right? I mean, I was doing credit repair since it was yellow line paper with a pencil, right? And one letter would get items deleted. But things have changed. Things are getting harder now to dispute. So what am I saying? There's a reason why they have online disputes. People will say, well, you waive your rights when it comes. That may be true, but however, I have a lot of clients, and also in my 750 blueprint, you can go to 750blueprint.com to where I actually have over the shoulder live training step by step with actually live clients as I'm doing live clients with my team, a blueprint on how to dispute online, these collections online. And sometimes these are getting deleted in 3 hours, right? So the mistake that people make is what to say in the verbiage. You want to use the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, 15 U.S.C. 1692, and the FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 U.S.C. 1681, right? Now, if you read those laws, leverage those laws, you can actually use ChatGPT too to come up with your disputes. But in this section where you dispute, you can actually put a section to where why you feel this is inaccurate, unverifiable, unfair practices, or even if you're a victim of identity theft, a true victim of identity theft. And then if you are a true victim of identity theft, message me identity theft so we can get you to our lawyer, right? We handle those cases. So what I'm saying is this. Disputing online is not a bad thing, okay? Despite of what most of the industry is preaching. I'm actually all for it. Again, if you go to 750blueprint.com or comment 750, there's actually a link in the description below so we can get access to that. But there is ways to dispute online to get results faster. So that's another mistake people are making. Mistake number 4, trusting whatever the debt collector says. Listen, you guys got to understand this, okay? The debt collectors are not for you. They're for-profit companies. They hinder and hurt your credit reports. And most of the time, they're doing illegal practices. Debt collectors will lie, manipulate, or even threaten you legally. They'll say, if you pay this, we'll remove it. You owe more than the original amount. Or even worse, this cannot be removed, it's permanent. Those are all lies to scare the uneducated consumer. But since you're subscribed to me, I got you. Listen, you got to understand this, right? You're protected by laws, and they are governed by laws. You're protected by the FCRA and the FDCPA. And once you understand and leverage those laws, they are scared of you, actually. Why? If you go on Google all the time, let's say whatever collection company you have on your credit report, this is a gem right here, guys. Go to your credit reports, all right? Again, you can get the credit reports in the link below. But if you see a collection on there, Google said collection company's name, lawsuit, and you'll see what they got sued for. And chances are, if they're doing that to you, you can do the same thing to them. Again, depending on your jurisdiction or a city and state that you're in, you can get up to $1,000 per violation. All right. So keep that in mind. They can sue you, but you can sue them as well. Does that make sense? That's very key. So I recommend is this. If you do have a collection on your report, I would always, after you do the personal information, of course, I would always send a debt validation letter, whether it's certified mail, right, to the creditor and the furnisher first, right? And the debt validation letter, you can type this up. It's 15 USC 1692G, all right? Put that into Google, put in your words, ChatGPT, or whatever have you. Put that in the debt validation, basically saying, listen, I'm protected by these laws, and I have the right to dispute anytime I want, hire anybody I want. So I'm challenging you to validate this debt. And if you cannot do so in 30 days or the time allotted, you must remove it. And if you don't remove it, that's a violation I could sue you for. And they don't want that smoke. And if they do, you're liable to get compensated. All right. Disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just what I go off of what experiences, really. Basically, what I'm saying, you have to force them to prove it. Prove that I owe this debt. And if they can't prove it, you must remove it. You can talk to them on the phone. Don't get discouraged with talking to them on the phone. If you do talk to them on the phone, hey, validate this debt. Validate what you have for me. I'm not giving you my information. You called me, right? So validate this. And the reason why they're calling you is because that phone number is attached to your personal information. Remember what I said? Clean up your personal information. But anyways, they have that. So they tried calling you. I would try to keep everything in writing for court purposes if you do decide to go to court. Here's mistake number 5. Paying off collections the wrong way. This is one of the saddest ones because a lot of people are paying their collections and not doing it the right way. People pay off their collections thinking that it helps boost their score, when in reality, it's just a paid collection. So what happens if you just have a paid collection and report? Listen, guys, just because you pay a collection and or a charge off does not mean it is going to erase from your credit reports, despite of what is going on in the industry or what people are saying in the industry. It's just not true. That's like putting cologne on trash. You get what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Here's the correct way to pay off a collection. First, if they do validate it, that's when you go to negotiating the collection. Basically a pay for delete in writing. You tell them, look, if I pay this, you agreed to delete this off my credit report. I need that in writing. No deletion, no deal. I don't care what it is. Pay for deletions rarely work. I mean, they do work sometimes. You have to have the right negotiation skills. But here's the thing. Most of them, they're assholes. They're liars. And they're just employees trying to collect a check, right, to get the commission off of them. But what I'm saying is this. You have to ask for the deletion in writing, email, text, voice record, etc. Have it in writing to say, yes, we will delete this off your credit report. I know, for example, Portfolio Recovery, I believe, it's on their website. Check their website as well. Portfolio Recovery on their website actually states that if you do pay the collection, they remove it off your credit report. So you can send that you can screenshot and you can send that in the letter as well. The key is to remove the collection off your credit reports. And if you don't pay, congratulations. If you do, get it lowered, negotiate it, have it in writing, and then go from there. But here's the thing. A lot of people in the credit repair industry are charging for services. Let's say they've been on for 6 months, on a collection for 6 months. If it's a $59 collection, just pay it. All right. Don't be stubborn. Pay the collection and then keep on disputing it because now it's deemed inaccurate. All right. That's a gem for you. Mistake number 6. Okay, listen, guys, this is crucial. Whether it's me, myself, and my company, you, or somebody else, another mistake people are doing is not building your credit while disputing the negative items, not building along the way. What do I mean by building? Well, let's say we wipe your credit report clean, disputing. You have no data now, which is good. It's better than having bad credit. No data is better than having bad credit. But now you need positive primary accounts on your reports. All right. Again, if you go to my other video, you'll see what it is to get a perfect credit score. But I recommend 9 to 11 accounts primary. 5 of those accounts be revolving, the rest being a blend of credit, whether it's auto loan, personal expense loan, mortgage, student loan, etc. Okay. You have to have a blend of credit. So establish those. But let's say you're new in the game. Hey, they're not going to give me that. So what I recommend is doing what is called the secured loan hack. I'm going to do another video on that. Stay tuned. Building along the way. I mean, if you don't have access to the credit unions, what I would do is, get the self-builder accounts. A lot of people say they're not good, but we have to move fast. All right. You have to move fast. What I mean by that? Did you know that you can report your rent? I'll leave a link in the description below so where you can get access to report your rent. But we need positive trade lines as soon as possible. Okay. Secured cards, they're cool, but I'd rather go for secured loans. All right. So building those established accounts helps build your credit along the way. Again, this is not a fast term play. All right. I understand we have to build fast, but this is not a fast term play. There's the difference. Okay. This is a long haul play. This could take 6 months to a year. All right. Why? Average age is part of your credit reports, right? It's 15% of your score. So you have to start building as soon as possible. So those are the 6 mistakes to avoid while repairing your credit. Here's an actual bonus tip to keep in mind. Number 1, going with credit repair companies that promise overnight deletions and results. Guys, credit repair is not an overnight process. I'll tell a client real quick. I'll fire a client real quick if I need to. Listen, real credit repair is not an overnight process. Yes, we have got clients done in 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, etc. before, right? But the average client, we also have clients who've been on for 2 years. Nobody will admit that, but that's the truth, right? But here's the thing. That client been on for 2 years. He was at a 460. Now he's at a 760 with a $250,000 APR bag. You get what I'm saying? So it's not an overnight process, but no, you have to trust the journey, basically. Trust the process. So if you see companies out there marketing, yeah, we guarantee you results. You can't guarantee results. That's against the FTC. We don't guarantee results, but what we do guarantee is if we don't get one negative item deleted off any of the 3 in 6 months, we will gladly refund you your money and we'll still help you because that's the type of integrity and people that we are. We got to figure out what's going on. So that's what we offer us. But there's no guarantees in credit repair. All right. There's no guaranteed time frame in credit repair. Average, you can, think about plan at least 6 to 12 months, maybe more, maybe less. If that doesn't fit you, we don't want you. Straight up. And nobody will really tell you that, but I want to guide and educate you guys on true credit repair. Here's another bonus tip. Ignoring collections equals lawsuits. Guys, they can garnish your wages. So always, always, always respond. If you need help with doing so, reach out to us, or you can go to consumeradvocates.org and find your attorney near you. Another bonus mistake people do is not checking all 3 trimester reports: Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. All right. Here's another bonus tip. Innovis is coming up now too. So keep in mind for those secondary reporting agencies. And another bonus tip, thinking having 1 credit card is good. I recommend 3 to 5 credit cards to avoid having a thin profile on your credit reports. And there you have it, guys. I hope you found value. Again, like, subscribe, share this content, hit that bell notification so you can see when I post these YouTube videos. I want to give you guys real raw value. All right. You can follow me on Instagram, Joshua Rico SR. But at the end of the day, look, credit repair is not a magic trick. It's a strategy. Avoiding these mistakes that I just pointed out to you will save you time, stress, and money. And if you want help doing this the right way, whether it's DIY, which we have in the description below at 750blueprint.com, or you can click the link in the description below to hire us to do it for you, or just comment credit below, and I'll send you the resources that actually work. So again, if you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification, and most importantly, take action. I'm Joshua Rico. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.